Hello to everybody, welcome back to In My Shed. I'm BC. First video for a couple of weeks. I've been rather occupied. Family matters and also a rotten old ute that needed a radiator. And got a few scars, a bit of skin removed. I decided to have another go at the axle boxes that I've got to replace on the frames and took them out of the shape up here. I'll skin them down just a little bit to make it a neat surface. Cut them in half with the power hacksaw and then one at a time. They're two different sizes, so I'll do them individually. A little story for you. I've had a young lady come in last week. She's a fitter and turner at one of my customers and must have done all in-house training. She's interested in becoming a model engineer, and she came down to look at the machines I've got here, and she's never seen the dinosaurs. Hasn't seen a tool and cutter grinder. Well, there's not too many shops that got them, I suppose, but power hacksaw was new to her, shaping machine, the horizontal borer, and I said to her, boy, how wide's your education? Now obviously your father's machines are the only ones you've used, but TAFE to start teaching like they used to, I don't think. But yeah, she, eyes wide open, she was very surprised at what was down here. Okay, I'll change camera so I can get a bit more of a close-up look. And we'll just skim a little bit off all the sides and then cut it in half with a little power hacksaw. Might be all I get done today. I have a dovetail cutter, which I'll go and get. I should have done that before. Dovetail cutter sent to me by Marcus Christensen, the fellow who does these sideways scraping, and he just wanted me to put up on the tool and cutter grinder. Well, I did try on the Clarkson. I read the book Between Centres, put an OD wheel in, and not a hope in bloody hell of getting the rotation right. I can grind cutters that taper towards the front of the cutter, okay, but not backward tapers like that. There just isn't the room in the envelope. So I'll take the book home and mull over. I'm definitely doing something wrong, but it's the first dovetail cutter I would have ground, so that was a bit of fun. He sent me the cutter in this bloody monstrous Clarkson auto-lock chuck, and I don't know why he sent the chuck, but probably he hasn't got a spanner big enough to undo it and he wanted me to do the job. But if I can't do it between centres, I'll set it up on the work kit, but just for change I wanted to do it as per the book to see if it can be done that way, and no, I didn't have any bloody success. So rather than waste more time and not get a good... Hello again, it's all squared up. Back to size. I just wanted it clean before I did any more work on it. A couple of months ago I put up a video about working on this vice, and I got two comments. One said I spelt vice incorrectly. Well, I did. English is not my strongest point. And the other one said that I was mishandling the surface plate, the $50 cast iron special. Well, I don't give a rat's, it's only something flat on the bench. But working on the vice paid its bloody bills. I just put my little square on the material and it now squares up quite nicely, all four sides, and I measured end to end for any taper, and one side was within 1/100 of a millimetre and the other side was in 2, and over that length, sag in a table don't care. That's nicely squared up piece of material that I can put in the machine vice on the hacksaw now. Okay, on to the next operation, bring you back then. Well, here's the stock loaded into the Milbro 5-inch. I'll try not to get too far into the way. It's an old diner saw, just like me, and we'll give it a go. Very cheap on blades, cheap to run. Does a reasonable job, and it's a lot better than pushing the hacksaw yourself. This is how it was done in the 1960s, and I think still applicable. I know it's only half the speed of a bandsaw, but realistically I can turn my back on this and walk away. Doesn't matter how fast it is. And as long as these blades used to be cutting metal well and truly after I'm gone. Matter of fact, it's going a bit slow, so it's time I move the vice forward. With these machines you can adjust the position of the vice to get all of the blade used. As you can see, some of it has paint rubbed off yet. Oh, the milling machine's a lot quieter too. I gave the sprinkler a bit of oil. And now that I'm thinking of it, I can't remember having done that before, so